Hello guys, it's Shockwave King back here once again. It's our title of the video. I'll have to say right off the bat, I'm not some type of Kengan Ashura specialist here. I'm not. But I can't really explain to you why I have kept my interest over the past few months. I don't know why. I don't really have any like true urge to be like, alright, I want to go 100%. I want to look at everything. But ever since then, I remember like the Netflix trailer everybody else was talking about. So I've just been keeping up with Omega ever since then. Not since the next look, but ever since like a few months ago, I've been keeping up with Omega. I don't know why. I can't really explain to you why, but to the title of the video, what does the Toad and Phase nickname mean? Now, I have been informed that the translation, or another translation for it could be Hermit and not Toad, but for the point of the video, it's going to be Toad. It's going to be Toad. But, and I've always been curious, because everybody been speculating if it was going to be Tarashi or Phase is going to be the Tiger Vessel and things like that. And it's just, in my opinion, at this point, he's the only other option it could be, because there's no way the Tiger Vessel would not show up in this Purgatory versus Kengan tournament. And not cool, the fact that the real Nico is literally showing up in the exact same chapter, we get to see what Faye can do. And on top of that, he took that mixture straight right / hook from Wadasuka like it was nothing. Like he took no damage from it. Sure, like he spit up some spit, but I don't think Faye took any damage from that hit from Wadasuka at all. Which in my opinion could hint at some type of indestructible type move. Now I'm not an expert here. I'm not an expert, but hey, I can attempt to try. But the whole theory is, what can a Toad mean? Because when you see other characters like Dong Chao and Liu Tian, they both had the Fa Jin, which is for the Dong Chao, the serpent, and you had Liu Tian, who's called the centipede, which pretty much was referring to the formless and its movements, and it could be comparable to an actual movement of centipede. It's unpredictable, it's all over the place, and he can hit you from any angle. And we set a whole class not going back and forth with Kano Gito that arguably just like from a centipede, it can hit you with multiple legs, which is spiked tip. With the formless, it can hit you from multiple different angles and things like that. So that's good for Liu Tian and Dong Chao with the serpent and the centipede. But the question is, I've always pondered since, you know, Faye's gonna step up to fight Wadasuki, the Superman syndrome, man. You could say that Rito is the Bizarro to Wadasuki's Superman. Another fact, you get opposite bodies, so opposite fighting style. Wadasuki is more of an indestructible muscle man, and Rito is the I'm gonna claw you to death with my grit snake. So it's just, when that aspect, spectacular Rito is Bizarro in a way. But method of main steps. I always question what the whole Toad mean. And since we've been speculating that, number one, it's already been confirmed that Faye knows multiple different styles of motion arts, so there's no guarantee that he was winning all his. No, I guess it was implied that he was winning most of his fights with just Tai Chi, but more than likely he's not. I doubt he won most of his fight with just purely Tai Chi alone. But it doesn't mean he had to use something from the Nico style either. But I doubt he was just using purely just Tai Chi this entire time. Because arguably, if it wasn't Wadasuka, how would he fight everybody else? Would he always just stick to Tai Chi when fighting somebody else? Or would he switch it up with the in-between, like kickboxing and things like that? And that's the main subject. What does the Toad and Faye's name mean? In my personal opinion, since pretty much it's been all but confirmed that he is the potential Tiger Vessel that everybody's been searching for, everybody's been thinking that was there in the Purgatory tournament, it's more than likely, in my opinion, the reason that he's called Toad is because it's a combination, in my opinion, of the advanced, indestructible, and I believe it's like Demon Bang. And why do I think of this combination? Why? Actually, honestly, I don't know why I actually thought that combination for it to make up the whole Toad name. Because if he did have some type of advance, they would call it the other thing. And if he was a part of Worm, or he's working with Edward Wood, the real Nico, whatever this way is happening, it is quite strange to how Liu Tian, the Mongolian guy, and I believe it's like somebody else, all revealed that it was a part of Worm for no apparent reason. They just did it, especially the Kanagaku, which I don't see what would that do. And with Guy Ryuki, at least he's hunting down Worm, maybe, so it makes sense why he did that and how he's trying to make Guy Ryuki do something in particular. So it makes sense that way. But for everybody else, since the real Nico is here, And Faye is more than likely the Tiger Vessel. What's the point of keeping charades then? What's the point? And what is, the top hit members of the Worm faction don't have a worm tattoo, but guys like UT and the Mongolian guy does. Maybe it's just me. You expect, unless Edward got a big ass tattoo around his chest. Maybe that could be a possibility, but I haven't seen every panel with Edward Wu, so I don't know. I'm gonna go from the assumption he doesn't have any actual body tattoos himself, so it's just who knows. I always find it strange because the real Nico is here and he's been working with the worm. He's already had contact with Edward Wu and things like that. So it's just, and one, the Faye and Wadasuki fight is not going to finish. Like the tournament's over. They won't be no Oma versus Lo Long. Don't near until like later. See, like something happens later. And why? To me, there was no reason to end off the chapter with showing off that the real Taigo Nico is actually there, unless the tournament was going to be stopped and interrupted. I doubt this fight's actually going to finish. And if it is confirmed that Faye is the Tiger Vessel, then in my opinion, the reason why he's called Toad, he's gonna get buffed up like. When a frog croaks, you already know that the frog does the whole neck thing. He's gonna get bulked up like he's in the advance. But it's gonna be similar more to the Guhan than a normal advance, since he is a person who can perfect the advance. Since he is that person. So for this, he can get buffed up like he's like he's doing the Guhan, but it's the advance. And it's a better version of the advance that was taught and it was learned by him than anybody else. And that's why he's referred to the. He refers to himself as the real Tiger Vessel, on which will also makes you question if he was responsible, helped out in that whole massacre, that slaughter in the forest, and both Otis Nico and the real Tiger Nico survived that whole slaughter, whatever happened, where people don't know who actually did it. What is? Can you expect if the real Tiger Nico had the advance? He would have been one of the first few people Faye or somebody else would have killed him. Even if Faye is the Tiger Nico, there's like a gap here. There's something that we're missing a key detail with this whole Faye thing. And if he was the Tiger Nico, because number one, I personally believe he could have helped out in that whole forest massacre. There's no guarantee of confirming that, but it's always a possibility. And two is oh, it's like there's a gap. It's like we're missing some information here. Some information with this whole backstory thing with the real Tiger Nico and Otis Nico and whoever the Tiger Vessel is. But then again, I could. No, I'm not missing information here. But back to the main subject of the video. I believe the reason he's called Toad is a combination of indestructible Demon Bane and the advance. And it will create like I don't think it would create a Toad-like appearance, but I believe person that is why he's called Toad. You can't, it's really hard. I don't think you can really step on a Toad and kill it, unless you like really stomp down on it, which would be more reflective of the indestructible. The reason I say advanced because maybe another reason I call him Toad is because of the Charlacanes of the skin. And the Demon's Bane, well, it's just more than likely be expected he had the Demon Bane if he is the Tiger Vessel, and he should know it. So that could be wrong, but yeah, in my opinion, that's the reason he's called Toad. It's a combination of the Demon's Bane, indestructible, and the advance, which leads to him being called Toad, or just the advance and indestructible is the reason why he's called Toad. It could be that, but I could be quite frankly wrong. Like I said, I'm not an expert at this, and those are just my thoughts and theories about it. But on to the second part of the video. In my opinion, I don't believe that's the real Oma. It's just there's too many what ifs for easily. If Worm was the one who took him in and performed the surgery, then why would the Worm give him to the Curry clan afterwards, or just let him walk out like nothing happened, unless they got something from it, which is already confirmed that they had some Oma Takita's hair. So it's almost like, what was the point of even giving him a brand new heart if they wasn't going to do anything with him? But it wouldn't be that too much merit to him being a clone either, since the real Tiger Nico didn't try to clone him, and it's something that they got his hair recently. It would make so much sense if they clone him in a 2-year time period from Asura, then they always just had a backup clone of him. Which is odd how this immediately they had the clone heart already. Immediately. They just had the clone heart and that was it. Immediately. I find it hard to believe that that's Oma Takeda. It's just too many parts. Like, when Oma just went off and just died, it takes about 3 minutes before he has some type of brain damage or brain dead eventually, or slip into a coma. So tell me that took him from that forest to a hospital and had a heart instantly on standby in roughly 3 minutes, no brain damage, no coma, and he was just fine after that. And then on top of that, Oma Takeda says nothing to nobody else. He says nothing. He didn't say nothing to Yamashita. He didn't say nothing to his old pals and friends. He didn't say nothing to nobody. Just go to the Security clan. Don't say no letter, no mail, no nothing. He's just gone. No one find that suspicious at all. He's just gone. That's it. Isn't this the same Curie clan with like the head grandfather hated Oma? Isn't he the same one? And he spent 2 years with them? With that old man there? I'm gonna believe that? And he didn't try to go after his throat? Maybe something changed in the Annihilation Tournament. I could be wrong here. Maybe something changed. I'm not some type of expert here, but I find it hard to believe that Ryan's grandpappy and everybody else, the head guy of the Curie clan would just be like, you know what, Oma? You could stay for 2 years. You can heal up. You can train with Ryan. You'll be alright. You'll be alright, man. I doubt that. I doubt that. I find it hard to believe that that Oma is not some type of clone. Cause even then, if he was a clone, the Curie clan would know something about it, or find something suspicious. If he was, and they did use Oma as a template to clone somebody else, like Guy Ryuki. But Guy Ryuki remembered his grandfather vividly, unless with Yamashita's son they alter his brain and put in false memories, unless something like that happened. I don't know. I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious. That's just I'm suspicious. Yeah. Because Oma seemed like Oma. He acts like Oma, but that minute time frame of just trying to save Oma had a heart on standby. The fact that they had a heart on standby, no one questioned that. So no one thought where that heart comes from. It's just a clone heart better than the last one. Just alright then. Because, like, you gotta bring in the question, when did they clone Oma's heart? And when did they get his DNA to clone Oma's heart before that? Unless Oma was always somebody's type of clone, then I'm quite suspicious. Now, if he was always somebody cloned, arguably it would make sense. It would explain why him, Guy Ryuki, looks the exact same. It will look similar. Because not every clone template can look exactly the same. It's like a liquid and solid snake situation. So, they're the same without looking exactly the same. They're similar to that. They're not exactly the same. But who knows? Like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe it really is the real Oma Takeda and everybody was just oblivious to what's happening the entire time. Well, what they was able to... Well, did the Curie clan know nothing about it? Just pick Oma up at the hospital just... Hey! How's it going, buddy? Just like, that's the thing. There is a 2-year gap in time where Oma absolutely told nobody nothing. Now the thing is, people like Ryan and other Curie clan members will confirm that he was there. He was there, so somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling the full truth of what happened in that 2-year time period with Oma. Someone's lying. Because somebody else is working with the worm. I find it suspicious. There is no way that heart just showed up out of nowhere, and the Curie clan won't question nothing about it, and everybody just act like everything's just normal. It's just normal. Almost gone for 2 years, and no one knows he's alive aside from the Curie clan, but no one says anything about it. Nobody. Like no type of mail, don't try to message nobody, just, alright, I'm gonna show up to save you just out of nowhere. I was just so happen to pass through the neighborhood. Unless the Curie clan clone Oma, and then that would also be questionable. Why would they do that? And whatever happened to Oma, it'll all be revealed eventually. Who knows? This should be a one-off video. I did not plan on covering or talking about Kengan. I don't really have any, like, I spend a lot of time, or just, there's no passionate interest in it for me. I don't know why I'm still keeping up with it. I really can't explain to you why. Because eventually it would have broke that gap of, like, just me keeping up with it and be like me actually into it. But it hasn't broken that gap, and I don't even know why, so it just, Yeah, let me stop Ken got this opinion. So what do you believe the main reason that Faye is called Toad? And do you believe that's the real Omadakita? I'm finding it suspicious. I can't 100% say it's not him, but I can't 100% say that it is him. It's 50-50 no matter which way you go. So it's like that. It's a lose-lose situation. So let me start with King. Only got thoughts and opinions, and peace. Why do you believe that Faye is called Toad? I don't know. It easily could be indestructible plus advanced, but Oma can use advanced and indestructible. So well, I don't know if you can use it at the same time. But remember, I never claimed to be a specialist at this. So let me start with King. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.